And joining us now is counterterrorism expert, Colonel in the Reserves, Miri. So, Miri, my first question for you is, how serious is the risk that Israeli citizens might cross into Syria to fight? And what would that mean for Israel's security?
The odd thing is that they've already crossed into Syria, not that we know until now that they fought. We all saw those pictures over the last few days of dozens, hundreds, and even thousands of people going on in. I didn't see any in uniform. The difference here is that we're talking about IDF veterans, IDF people who, because the Druze in Israel serve in the IDF, who are saying, we want to go now and fight with our Druze brethren inside Syria. Additionally, they've already seen in the area of Sweda Israeli equipment. And again, we don't know exactly what's going on, but I think it's already happening now that on the side, Israelis seem to be there.
How is the IDF handling the involvement of its reservists in this movement? Obviously, we know that the Druze minority plays a very significant role in the Israeli army and has, since the beginning of the state. I'm interested to know if, there's kind of internal security concerns as to being able to control the Druze fighters within the IDF.
It isn't actually an IDF military issue. This is a civic issue that has to do with rule of law. The Israeli Druze cannot go fight inside Syria on their own behalf. That's the lack of the rule of law. And as such, what Israel did, and this is with coordination with the IDF, is to send up police forces, to send up border guard. First of all, it's that citizens should not break the law. It's breaking the law. Having said that, they're going to save family. They're going to stop a massacre. They're very much feeling right now that nobody else is looking at the Druze community inside Syria except for Israel and the Israeli Druze. And in that, we're an exception to the world right now. Even the Lebanese Druze, because that's where the largest Druze community is, together with Syria and Israel, even the Lebanese Druze, the Lebanese are stopping them from going in. So right now, on the one hand, it's Israeli Druze who want to go help. And on the other hand, we are a democracy, rule of law. You can't just go take up your arms and go into both an enemy country, Syria, and help out, even if it is your brethren.
I'd like to turn back to our guest, Miri, for some final comments on this. Miri, what do you think is motivating Iran to return to talks right now? And what's in it for the West?
So Iran wants to delay any kind of sanctions. They want to let the sanctions be put off. They want to try to talk as much as you can and underground in hiding, continue with their nuclear quest. They have been pushed back because of what was attacked. Not everything was destroyed, but what was attacked. I think that the West want stability. And in that sense, it's not that Israel doesn't want stability, but I think we feel directly threatened by Iran and the West does not. And that's a huge gap between us.
Absolutely. I mean, I think obviously there's questions about whether or not these renewed negotiations are going to just slow down Iran's regional aggression and buy them more time. And what is Israel saying in regards to this?
Israel has always stated clearly that every time that Iran comes back to the negotiating table, it's only to buy time, that they're never stopping their nuclear quest. So we will continue in that sense, both with intelligence capabilities and operational capabilities, to follow and to try to prevent. At the end of the day, we all want stability, and we all want to be sure that Iran is not nuclear.
All right. This is our guest, Colonel in the Reserves, Miri, joining us for the first half of the show. I'd like to thank you so much for your time. We're going to say goodbye to you right now.